Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. It's Father's Day. As you're listening to this, it's probably Monday, but I record on Sundays, and today is Father's Day. So shout out to all the dads, all the fathers, all the stepfathers. Shout out to all the new dads. For those of you celebrating Father's Day for the first time this year. Shout out to everyone who is celebrating Father's Day for the first time this year without their dad. For those of you who have lost a father. For those of you who have gained a new father or father-in-law. Happy Father's Day to you. Fathers are super important to development, to growth, to a whole lot of things. And here at DYSG, we definitely salute dads. So shout out to all the fathers, all the father figures. We need y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, blurds and nerds, freaks and geeks, this is Do You Speak Geek, episode 82. Welcome everyone. This is Do You Speak Geek. I am your host, Nix, and this is the place to get all the latest and greatest news within the geek realm. Once again, happy Father's Day. Shout out to all the dads out there. We appreciate each and every one of you, especially those of you who are subscribers and followers of DYSG. Shout out to y'all. Hopefully we all have taken advantage of that 20% off at dysg.com. If not, you snooze, you lose. But anyway, we will definitely be having sales coming up soon, so keep your eyes out for that. Shout out to Spreaker, the home team. That is the team that hosts the DYSG podcast. And for those of you who are listening there, thank you. Thank you so much. But if you're not, you're listening somewhere else, thank you for there as well, too. Thank you for listening on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Spreaker, Audible, iHeartRadio. It's kind of hard to remember because we're pretty much everywhere. I think I may just stop listing those and just say, hey, listen to us wherever you get your podcast. Yeah, that's what's up. DoYouSpeakGeek.com, the only place for everything DYSG. Merch, blogs, photos, videos. We got it all there for DYSG. So please be sure to visit DoYouSpeakGeek.com. That is DoYouSpeakGeek.com, the central hub for everything DYSG. Follow us on the social medias, Facebook at DYSGFB, Twitter at DYSG_tweets, and Instagram at DoYouSpeakGeek. YouTube is the only place where you can find the Dono and Daddy Show. Please be sure to subscribe, like, Hulk, smash that bell for all notifications, and leave your comments. We want to know what you guys think. Please be sure to check out our latest videos, and the most latest video, the most trash dads ever. All right, y'all. There is one story that nobody, and I mean nobody, could get away from this week. So we gonna do what we do about this time, y'all. Let's speak geek.
Suit up.
I wanna be the very best.
Talk nerdy to me.
All right, my nerds and blurds. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because it ain't that kind of show. But Harley Quinn producers reveal Batman and Catwoman sex scene that DC wouldn't allow. Now, in a recent interview with Harley Quinn showrunners, revealed some surprising pushback they received over Batman and Catwoman's sex life. Recently, Variety spoke to the showrunners of several superhero genre television shows about how they attempted to subvert the popular superhero tropes while still making good television. One quote from the article came from Justin Halpern, co-creator and executive producer of Harley Quinn, where he spoke about the freedom he had by making a show about supervillains. Quote, "It's incredibly gratifying and free to be using characters that are considered villains because you just have so much more leeway." Now, Halpern provided Variety with a surprising example from the upcoming season, which involved WB, Warner Brothers, nixing a proposed sex scene featuring Batman and Catwoman. A perfect example of that is in the 3rd season of Harley, when we had a moment where Batman was going down on Catwoman, Halpin said, and DC was like, and I shit you guys not, you can't do that. You absolutely cannot do that. They're like, heroes don't do that. So we said, are you saying heroes are just selfish lovers? They were like, no, it's that we sell consumer toys for heroes. It's hard to sell a toy if Batman is going down on someone. Now, this isn't the first time that Batman has come under controversy because of how he's depicted. Back in 2018, DC Comics chose to remove a sequence in Batman Damned in which Batman stripped out of his costume and his nude profile was shown in silhouette. While that sequence appeared in the first run of Batman Damned #1, it was subsequently removed from both digital versions and the eventual collections. Now, this isn't the only time I think DC has done this. Not as far as pulling content, but showing some sex and some weird sex, you know? Like Batman and Harley Quinn, when Harley jumped the bones of Nightwing. Teen Titans Judas Contract. You had Tara, 15th time, trying to give the box to Deathstroke. That's child molestation, isn't it? That's not right? and God, oh my God, who could forget The Killing Joke? The cringe first half of The Killing Joke with Barbara Gordon hot for Batman. And they did it. Disgusting. I'm just saying, DC, if you're gonna pull the plug on this, pull the plug on it all. They let you know at the beginning that this show is not intended for kids. Now, granted, kids might watch it anyway at some point, but the show's not intended for kids. It's rated TV-MA, if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead. You know Bruce beating that box. Let him beatbox on the beatbox. If you feel me. You know what I mean? She's called Catwoman. Really? Come on now. I just think it's it's a weird story, but weird things come out of Warner Brothers. Am I right? All right, people. Let's hop into my favorite portion of the show. Y'all know the vibes. Source Wall.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
Behold the Source Wall.
Can you read, my son?
Well, that depends.
There is nothing wrong with reading a story and looking at the pictures.
Enough said, Stan. Let's hop right into it. The pull list this week, Spawn's Universe #1. It is here. The official introduction to the long-awaited Spawn universe. A double-sized issue, that begins with a storyline so big that 3 new Spawn-related monthly titles will spill out of it. A new Spawn title, Gunslinger Spawn, oh yes, and a new team book bringing a handful of these characters together in their own. With this one shot, the world of Spawn changes forever. New heroes, new villains, and more importantly, new titles coming to a comic book store near you. Yo, cannot wait to get my hands on this one. Such a Spawn stan over here at DYSG. Yeah, let's go. Way of X #3. It's the Hellfire Gala Hangover. Nightwing tries to root out the evil working to destroy Krakoa by investigating all its laws, starting with sexy saxophone solo. Okay, that's a bit weird, but whatever. Infinite Frontier #1. When our heroes saved the multiverse from Perpetua in Dark Knight's death metal, everything was put back where it belonged. And we do mean everything. All the damage from all the crisis was undone, and heroes long thought gone returned from whatever exile they had been in. Most of them, at least. Alan Scott, the Green Lantern from the Justice Society of America, has noticed some of his allies are still MIA, and he's determined to find them. And there are others, though we would rather remain hidden and let them explain themselves, like Roy Harper, a man who should be dead but now is not. Plus, what does this all mean for the DCU's place in the multiverse? On opposite sides of the dimension divide, both Barry Allen and President Superman ponder this question, not to mention the dark side of it all. Get it? Or a team of multiversal heroes called Justice Incarnate. This seems like a very, very deep dive of an issue. Hope you guys check this out. Let me know what you think. Checkmate number 1. The super spies of DC Universe have a new leader in the form of the mysterious Mr. King. Their mission: take down Leviathan. Guest starring Superman, Talia al Ghul, Robin, and a cast of thousands, introducing a brand new underworld assassin only known as, check it out for yourself, Heroes Return number 1, an epic oversized slugfest between the Squadron Supreme and otherworldly group of Avengers for the final fate of the whacked out world of Heroes Reborn. If this is better than Heroes Reborn, that'll be great. If it's not, they probably should let this alone. But anyway, that's just how I feel. Homesick Pilots number 6, a new arc is starting. It's been 3 months since a haunted house walked through Santa Manos, and now the U.S. military would like a walking ghost-powered weapon of their very own. Thank you very much. The Homesick Pilots might be the key to getting one, if they can be convinced to sell out, that is. We'll see about that. And finally, we have Power Rangers number 8. This is it. There is nowhere left to run and no more time to prepare, as the new Power Rangers must stand off against one of the Imperial, with the fate of an entire planet at stake. And when the Omega Rangers discover the true nature of the threat to Earth, will they be able to warn their former teammates in time? We shall see. I totally love what Power Rangers is doing. This is a dope book. Both Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin, they are amazing books. Please check those out if you haven't got a chance to. In Source Wall news, Marvel announces a new Kazar series. Now, Marvel is resurrecting Kazar, Lord of the Jungle, for a new series. This past Tuesday, Marvel Comics announced the new miniseries Kazar, Lord of the Savage Land, from writer Zach Thompson and artist Germán Garcia. The series will follow up on Kazar's death and resurrection during last year's Fantastic Four and Avengers crossover event Empire. Marvel promises the character's return from the dead with new power and begins a new story that will evolve the character even as he returns to his jungle roots to battle a mysterious villain with plans for the Savage Land. An official synopsis goes: the alien Kotati murdered him. The Savage Land brought him back. Lord Plunder has returned with a vastly new perspective. Now united with Shayna the She-Devil and a mystical merging of life energies, Kazar has new abilities, new needs, and new enemies. An ancient evil has surfaced in the Savage Land, one that is rapidly reshaping the Forgotten World and its inhabitants. Kazar and Shayna must fight together to protect their new home and family, but their son Matthew has plans of his own. I'm not a big Kazar fan, don't get me wrong, but I do see his importance, and with this new series, we'll definitely see what we get here. I think it'll be pretty dope. Let's watch this.
Watch this, y'all.
Thunder! Thunder!
Lannister always pays his debts.
Whoa, dude.
I am the villain of the story.
All right, folks, not allowed to watch this news this week. Couple of things here, both from DC actually. The first thing is Titans Season 3 teaser trailer was released, and that was 55 seconds of fire. HBO Max debuted the first teaser trailer for the upcoming third season of the DC Comics inspired series, which will be moving to the streamer after previously debuting on DC Universe. The trailer provides a look at what exactly is in store for this season's ensemble, which is expected to include the introduction of Barbara Gordon, Tim Drake, and Scarecrow. And of course, the season is set to properly debut Jason Todd as Red Hood. Y'all, if you haven't seen this trailer, please go to my Instagram, check it out. It is dope. So looking forward to what we're going to do here. We're definitely going to be getting the comics version of the turn from Robin to Red Hood, and if y'all know how that happened, it should be pretty damn epic. And the last thing, we got Supergirl set photos reveal. Look at the costume. Now, Andy Muschietti's The Flash is filming in and around the Greater London area, revealing additional looks at Sasha Cale's new Supergirl costume. Earlier this week, Muschietti filmed himself in the costume with social media and teased it, giving fans the Cal starring film their first high-quality look at the new duds before beginning to film an outdoor set piece. There was a stunt person on set who filmed it. It's very, very small. If you look closely, you can see Supergirl flying. Now that filming has started outdoors, set photos have begun to surface, showing off angles of Kaylee's new suit from afar. Yo, suit looks pretty good. If the set photos are true, she'll have dark hair instead of the normal blonde. But we'll see what happens. I definitely I'm getting a little more excited about Flash. So we'll see what happens there. Let's hop into Thumb Life.
Peace, love, and video games!
That sound like Donkey Kong.
Batman is playing Galaga.
Alright gamers, as promised, the second half of your E3 2021 news. Let's get it. Square Enix, here's all their new and releases. Deus Ex developers Eidos Montreal has officially announced Guardians of the Galaxy, a third-person action-adventure game where players will jump in the shoes of Star-Lord, all the Guardians, Gamora, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, and Drax, and will be joining you on your journey. The game is set to be released on October 26th of this year. Square Enix has also revealed Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins coming 2022 for Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PS4, PS5, and PC. The game has a limited time demo on PS5 right now, revealed during the Square Enix presentation at E3 and developed by Ninja Gaiden and Neo Studios Team Ninja. The PS5 demo is available now and will only be available up until June 24th. Please be sure to check that out. The Avengers 2021 content roadmap this past June was revealed, alongside a new look at the free War for Wakanda expansion and the Black Panther character, which is set to arrive in August of this year. The new cinematic trailer not only revealed what the iteration of the Black Panther looks like behind the mask, but also showed the Dora Milaje, Okoye, and Shuri. There will also be a Cosmic Cube event later this month that includes the new Beating the Odds villain sector and the Cosmic Threat event. Deck 9 revealed a new trailer for Life is Strange True Colors, focusing on the new empathy power of its protagonist, Alex. Like the other protagonists of the series, Alex's powers are supernatural. She's able to feel the true feelings of others and even take upon herself to relive those around her experiencing strong emotions. And also, like the other series protags, Alex follows in a series tradition of spotlighting diverse leads like Max Caulfield and Sean Diaz. She's a young Asian American woman who has been through the foster care system, and she's bisexual, with two possible romantic interests, supporting characters Steph Greenwich and Ryan Lucien. In addition, Deck 9 also announced Life is Strange Remastered Edition, which includes Life is Strange and Life is Strange 2 and Before the Storm, to be released on September 30th of this year. And Hitman Sniper the Shadows, Nier Reincarnation, and Final Fantasy mobile games were revealed in a quick montage. Square Enix, okay, pretty decent. Definitely looking forward to the Guardians of the Galaxy game. The Final Fantasy games should be pretty dope. Life is Strange looking good. Avengers still holding on strong. Overall, decent. Alright, Capcom's panel. Capcom announced during the E3 team stream that they will have additional DLC for Resident Evil Village. While Capcom didn't provide any further details, it did say that the new content is being made by popular demand. Capcom previously released a trauma pack for Resident Evil Village, which mostly contains cosmetic upgrades. It also includes a new weapon and the Village of Shadows difficulty. Let you guys figure that out. Alongside a new story trailer, Capcom confirmed that Monster Hunter Stories 2 will be getting a free trial version on June 25th that will contain a safe transfer feature to the full game. As for the post-launch support, Monster Hunter Stories 2 will be receiving free updates that include Monster Hunter's Rise Palmot as a new Monsole on July 15th. Monster Hunter Rise will have its first collaboration with Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of the Ruin on June 18th with Sunoko Palico layered armor set as an event quest reward. The second crossover will happen on July 9th when players with save data from Monster Hunter Stories 2 will unlock the Rider Hunter layered armored set. On June 24th, Rise's 3.1 update will go live and will feature DLC and event quests, including the ability to turn your Kahoot Owl buddy into a baby penguin. Cute. July and August will see 2 more Capcom collabs with DLC and event quest. And finally from Capcom, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles received a new story trailer and an extended look at gameplay. In the footage, we are introduced to new gameplay features, Dance of Deduction, I can't read today, and Simulation and Summonation Examination. Weird names here. Dance of Deduction starts with Detective Herlock Sholmes, funny, making deductions about potential near-do-wells. Following his speech, Ryonsuke and Susato will have to point out the flaws of Sholmes' accusations. Together, they will do a metaphorical dance to discover the truth. Summonation Examination will see players examine the jurors' statements and find conflicting ones and sway the jury in your favor. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles will be released on July 27th of this year. Capcom, bit of a letdown, not gonna lie. Outside of the announcement of DLC coming soon for Resident Evil, it was a little bit of a letdown, not gonna lie. All right, let's get into the big one here. Nintendo Direct. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 will be released in 2022. This new trailer sees Link taking to the skies of Hyrule as new floating islands have appeared on the map. We also get a glimpse of some of Link's new weapons and abilities, including a handheld flamethrower and a strange water-style teleport system that allows players to soar upward through solid objects. Hyrule Castle has also found itself floating above the ground and is looking as menacing as ever. Tekken's Kazuya Mishima is officially coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Kazuya is the Pendulum DLC fighter, and while we got a quick glimpse of the character in action and him throwing many of our favorite characters off a cliff, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate director Mahashiri Sakuri confirmed that we will get a deep dive into the new character and a release date on June 28th. Metroid Dread. The first truly new 2D Metroid game in roughly 19 years will be available on Nintendo Switch on October 8th of this year. It features 3D graphics from a 2D perspective and a darker horror vibe. Metroid Dread is a direct sequel to 2002's Metroid Fusion and concludes the 5-part saga that began with the original Metroid on NES. In Metroid Dread, Samus Aran heads to a mysterious remote planet and is hunted by the TV-MA robots, all while trying to overcome the dread that is plaguing the planet. There will also be a new Samus amiibo and TV-MA amiibo that will be sold as a 2-pack at launch. Mario Party Superstars is the latest entry in the beloved Mario Party franchise, and it features online play and 100 mini games from the series pass. In addition, it will include 5 classic boards from the Nintendo 64 era. Mario Party Superstars will be available on 29th of October. To further celebrate The Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary, Nintendo will be releasing a Legend of Zelda Game & Watch handheld, which will feature NES's Legend of Zelda and Legend of Zelda 2: The Adventures of Link, the Game Boy version of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and a special version of the Game & Watch titled Vermin with Link as a playable character. There will also be a playable digital clock based on Legend of Zelda and a playable timer themed after Legend of Zelda 2, which are both similar to those found on Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch from last year. The Legend of Zelda Game & Watch will be released on November 12th. WarioWare Get It Together is arriving on Nintendo Switch on September 10th and will feature a collection of new microgames that can be played with a friend in co-op. Each player can choose a different character that boasts a distinct ability. Fatal Frame, Maiden of Blackwater. It's a horror adventure game that tasks you with casting out ghosts by using the camera obscura. In this latest entry, players will explore the ethereal but deadly Mount Hikami. This game, which will be developed later this year, also features multiple protagonists, allowing you to experience the story from different angles. Shin Megami Tensei 5 will be released on the Switch on November 12th. Alongside the release date, we also received a new trailer that showcased some of the mechanic players we can look forward to when the new game arrives later this year. And finally, the wonderful partnership between Nintendo and Ubisoft continues with Mario plus Rabbids Spark of Hope. While the game won't be out until 2022, we did get another look at this title from the latest Nintendo Direct this past year. Overall, the Nintendo Direct probably had the best panel next to Xbox. Definitely looking forward to Fatal Frame. Definitely looking forward to Metroid. But overall, E3 was okay. I will say that. Overall, E3 was it was okay. It was cool. Nothing to, call home about, but it was cool. E3 was cool this year. So, people, with all that news, I'm going to do what I do about this time and head on out. Thank you all for listening. Please follow this podcast, like this podcast, comment on the podcast, like all the content. Let your boy know what you think about that content. Visit the website, doyouspeakgeek.com. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check out our YouTube channel. Be sure to like and subscribe there. As always, people, live to play to win to live. I speak geek. Do you speak geek?